I'm a big fan of mini cookies. I feel like you can eat more of them and not feel as guilty. Today we are going to make some tiny little blueberry sandwich cookies. They are so adorable, and yeah, I think you're really gonna like them. And you can substitute any berry you like. You can do these with like raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, whatever you got. It's gonna work just fine. We're gonna make thin, tiny little piped almond flavored cookies, and then we're going to make a blueberry frosting filling. And yes, they are divine. And overall, it's a very small, dainty, cute cookie. So let's get started. We're going to be making the cookies first with this recipe. Now I am using some frozen blueberries. And I like to pull them out the night before so that I can make my cookies all in one day. But moving on, let's make the cookies. So into my bowl is going to go the shortening and the sugar. And then I also put in the baking powder and salt at this point, just so they are evenly dispersed. And we're gonna cream this together until it's nice and light and fluffy. And then we're gonna add in our liquid ingredients. It's very similar to just a regular, creaming style cookie. So get those in there, scraping the bowl well. We wanna get it all nice and mixed. So anyways, and I also added some almond extract. You can omit this and just go with vanilla if you like, but I like almond and blueberry together. I think they're a really nice flavor combo. So once those are mixed, and it's fully combined and it doesn't look curdled, want to go ahead and add the flour. And also at this point, it's a good time to pop on your oven. So by the time we're done piping these cookies, the oven's preheated. I'm doing these bad mama jammas at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. And I just have a cookie sheet with a Silpat ready to go. I am adding some Wilton food color, a little bit of blue, and just a touch of pink to get a nice purple color. And I wanted these to be a little bit more of like a deeper, kind of, not so much a bright purple, something more along the lines of blueberry-ish, to kind of give it the whole vibe. Yeah. Once the dough is good and mixed, I got my piping bag and I'm just using a small star tip to pipe these cookies. I'm piping them diagonally on my cookie sheet. Doesn't have to be diagonal. You can pipe them in any direction you want. I mean, you could pipe them in any shape you want. I just thought these would be cute, frilly little purple finger style cookies. So this is how I'm doing it, okay? Okay. Get those all piped. Now this recipe does make a ton of these cookies. In their defense, you can eat way more of them in one sitting. So, but it does make a lot of cookies. So if you have 2 cookie trays, or if you need to pipe 1 tray, bake, cool, and then pipe another, that might be, a good idea, or might be a better flow. Or you can half the batch of cookie dough and only do half the amount. So totally up to you, but let's get those baking. They don't bake for very long, and they don't take on a whole lot of color either. So yeah, want to let them cool completely. They don't take very long to cool, so while they're cooling, we're gonna make the filling. So this is where my blueberries come into play. You do want to cook them a little bit to break down the skins and get them to kind of burst. So I just put the blueberries for the recipe into a saucepan and with a tablespoon of water, only like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, put them on medium-low heat until they started to break down a little bit. And then I took them off the heat and just put them right in the fridge and got started on the rest of my filling. Super simple. There's gonna be shortening and powdered sugar. Oh yeah, good stuff. Let's get it mixed with a little bit of salt And we want to combine that, just like a basic frosting method, get it lightened up and well combined. And yeah, then we're gonna add in those blueberries. Now you do wanna make sure that the blueberries have cooled down. So if you need to give them a couple more minutes, go ahead and do that, but it's a really small amount, so it should cool pretty fast if you pop it into the refrigerator. Either way, you don't want it to be hot because it will melt that shortening, and we do not want that. So we're gonna add in the blueberries and mix it, and just mix it for a good while because we want the blueberries to break down pretty well. Now, there are gonna still be pieces of the blueberries in this frosting. That's what I like and what I wanted. I wanted to be able to see the blueberries. If you don't like that, then you're gonna wanna cook your blueberries longer and pass them through a sieve before you use it in your frosting, or blend it and pass it through a sieve. That's totally up to you, but I like seeing the whole bits of fruit in my frosting. It just kind of gives you more of the air of like, hey, this is blueberry, I'm here, this is me. So let's get that mixed and beat together really, really well. And then we're gonna pipe it into our cookies. Because there are whole pieces of fruit in here, we're gonna need a not so small round tip. So something above, you know, like the writing tips. You definitely don't want to have to finagle getting clogged tips constantly. So I'm gonna flip over half of our cookies and pipe some of that luscious blueberry frosting right in the center, and then sandwich our cookies. Oh, it's so simple, but they are so good, so good. And these last for a couple days in an airtight container, and they're gonna be even better the next day because the flavors are going to come together. The blueberry will become more pronounced, the almond will become more pronounced, and yeah, it's a good thing. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that one, and I do hope you try it. If you give this a go, let me know down in the comments what you think. You can also give this video a like. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing. I have new videos every week. Thanks so much for joining me and learning how to make these vegan blueberry sandwich cookies. So much fun. Hope you enjoy and take care.